Hello and welcome back to the building of the mini Playboy. It's now come to the time that I have to put together the two fuselage sides that are built in the last video. And as you can see, the two sides are sitting at the moment on a jig. And I'm very fortunate that this jig was handed on to me by a fellow club member. It's a slack jig. There are lots of different makes on the market. But this being a stick and balsa build with no recognisable formers in position, I think it would be very difficult to accurately make a fuselage without the use of some form of jig. I've never used one before. I've always sort of muddled through. So I'll explain how I've approached this. You can see here, I have the plan view of the fuselage. And what I've done is, at each position that these right angle supports are, I've measured, and I've actually measured the width at that point to produce some little card, if I take this one out, some little card pieces. And I've accurately marked the centre of those pieces. And you can see I've taken a notch out to actually take the stringers that make up the fuselage sides. And I use the centre point on the lower one. There's a one at the bottom of each position. And I've pushed these in until they're in position and then tightened them up with the locating screws. And then this top one is just to maintain the squareness between the two. You'll see I've put that in there. There you go. And now I know, because it's flush at the front and square at the back, and I know that it's evenly spaced, there's no banana shape creeping in, I can now proceed to cut the balsa cross pieces and glue those in place. I'll cut them in pairs so that they're identical, glue them into place, and then leave this some time to set nicely, and then I'll have a square fuselage, which is then going to have some additional parts added to it. So I'll just pause it there, and we'll come back when I've added those pieces in, or when I'm about to finish adding those pieces in, and I'll show you the next stage of the building of this fuselage. Well, I'd be lying if I said that was straightforward. However, I can't imagine even attempting to make this without a jig. So it's a case of leave that overnight, and then I'll take it off the board and we'll see how it's come out. First attempt didn't come out too well because I didn't make sure that it was flat on the board at this point. The difficulty is actually that the design hasn't really got much in by way of a flat area. There are only 3 of these points where it is actually flat. It's curved, which makes it difficult to jig up. Hope that's done it. We'll see when I lift it off the... Time to see how this has gone. I'm just slacking off one side. There you go, pleased with that. Seems reasonably square as well, that'll do. A little bit of sanding for some little bits of glue. Yeah, pleased with that. So the jig works, you need to take your care with it. Make sure that you've got it nice and flat, otherwise you're building in a twist. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. Next stage to start fleshing this thing out. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please subscribe. Thumbs up would be nice as well. If you can get flying, get out there and enjoy it. Bye now.